Hello everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Unscripted Insight, where real stories, raw truth, and relentless ambition meet. Before I go into what I want to talk about, I want to appreciate all of you that have been supporting, following, liking, and sharing, and also commenting your thoughts on the comment section. And if this is your first time coming across this video, if you've not subscribed, please do not fail to like, subscribe. Thank you very much. Today's episode is not for the faint of heart. So if you are expecting something fluff, this is your warning. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. But yeah, today we'll be talking about the price of success, about the grit behind the glam, the pain behind the private jet, the failures that forge the fortune. Because the truth is, you don't get to live the good life unless you've lived the hard life first, except if you're pretty much born with a silver spoon. But for the most part, not everybody is. Most of us tend to work hard, put in a lot of work to become what we or where we are today, or get to where we are today, or become who we are. It takes a whole lot of work. So now the question is, do you want to be successful? Ask yourself that question. And if it's a yes, the next follow-up question is, how much work, how much sacrifice, how much of time, how much of all of the needed or the importance are you willing to put into being successful? Because success isn't easy. It's not sexy. It is sacrificial. You have to live the hard way before you can live the good way. Success doesn't just happen in the vacuum. It happens in those dark rooms, those unpaid bills, those failed investments, those breakdown of cars, those you walking miles just to get to a particular destination, crying and all of that, trying to wonder how you can go about certain situations. You can go on and on and on. It's never easy. I know it's not. People admire the destination but disrespect the journey. Some of us want, so many of us, I bet you, even you watching right now, there's also something you probably, um, you're hoping to become or hoping to do for yourself. There are things you've pictured. Maybe you want big houses, you want a farmhouse in New York or something like that, a house in Arizona, a life of comfort. But that doesn't come from dabbling. It comes from devotion. It comes from dedication. It comes from sacrifices. We're in a time where everyone wants the crown, but nobody wants the cross. But the truth is, you must carry the cross. You must. Even Christ paid the sacrifice, he carried the cross for you and I. So there's always a cross to carry. There's always something you have to sacrifice to get to certain things, to be who you are. One amazing truth about life is that the version of you that wants success isn't always a version of you that can handle it. But we don't tend to realize it until it is time. You will be crushed, not because you're cursed, no, but because greatness cannot rest on weak foundation. I always tell people would say, oh, you do a lot, you do this, you do that, and all of that. I say, yeah. I say the kind of foundation is going to take to build a skyscraper is different from the kind of foundation you probably take to build a one-story or two-story. They're two different kind of foundation. So it takes a whole lot of work depending on what you're trying to achieve, depending on your vision, depending on your dreams, depending on what you've envisioned. It's not just about giving seeds or just prayer. As good and awesome as those things are, it's not just about that, it's about work. Remember, faith without work is dead. So if you want the penthouse or you want the penthouse view, you have to expect to dig basements deep into your soul. Because that mansion isn't just built with money, it is built with tears, brokenness, healing, clarity, therapy, forgiveness. There's always a tax on success. There is. I know I'm not talking about the IRS tax. I'm also not talking about the tithe in church. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those missed calls, those missed birthdays, those missed occasions, those 3 a.m. doubts where you wake up and you're wondering if you're doing the right thing and all of that. Those silent failures no one clapped for, those deals that fell apart, those tears in your shower where no one saw. You cannot microwave legacy. You must slowly cook it into adversity. It's tough. So it's really tough. No, if you haven't over leveraged and felt that tightness in your chest when something goes sideways, when you feel like your whole world is ending, when you feel like you're gonna die, when you feel like you've lost it, or if you've not felt that way, ooh, you haven't been in the game long enough. You haven't. If you've not felt that way, felt that you've lost everything, you've given everything, you haven't been in the game long enough. I know you know what I mean for those who have been. Because growth hurts. It demands a debt. Growth demands a debt of who you used to be. You can't stay who you were and become who you're meant to be. No, you cannot. There has to be a transformation. You have to levitate. You have to move. You have to evolve. And mind you, in evolving, so many things will go. You will lose friends, but you gain clarity. You will lose comfort, but you will gain confidence. You will lose shallow praises, but you will gain silent peace. And in the quiet, when nobody is calling and when everything seems still, that's when God will tend to ask you, can you handle being unseen before being celebrated? Can you handle it? You have to be willing to isolate yourself. Some of us have been working, or rather been hustling since we were quite young. For some, maybe 14, for some, maybe 16, for some, probably today, since they ever had any recollection of memory or whatsoever. Not because it was cute, not because they loved to do it, not because we all loved to do it, but because it was necessary. Not because it was a trend, but because it was survival. Every scar is a receipt for the life you're building. People talk about overnight success. Let me just tell you, it does not exist. That overnight was probably 20 years in the making. My job right now, personally, isn't to look rich. No, it's not. My job right now is to build wealth, not just in money, but in wisdom, in reputation, in experience, and also in emotional stamina. This also entails making tough calls alone, being misunderstood because my vision is too big, turning down instant gratification because I see the long game, watching people talk behind my back, not knowing what I got going on. It includes all of that. Success isolates before it elevates. And not everyone is going to be ready for the solitude that comes with the summit because the higher you go, the fewer people you have around you. Let me ask this question. Have you ever looked in the mirror and you thought how you're going to get away from this, how you're going to prevail? You ask yourself certain questions. I don't know if I can make it. You start doubting yourself. You start asking questions like, did I overdo it? You cry, you wonder, you almost are falling in the state of depression. Have you ever been in that situation? Guess what? You're not alone. You're not. That's the mirror moment every successful person faces. Doubt is part of the process, but quitting can never be. It can never be. You can never choose. It shouldn't even ever be considered in that category. It shouldn't be part of the category. It shouldn't even be in the folder. No, it shouldn't be considered in whatsoever way. You will question yourself, but never allow those questions to stop the actions. Keep showing up, keep swinging, keep believing. You go through seasons where no one would clap, no one would notice, no one would help. That's a silent season, and that's fine. Is it tough? Yes. But is it okay? Yes. You have to go through those moments. The silent season is where root grows, where character builds, where you either fold or you fortify. Every tree with deep roots once had a season of invisible growth. Let them laugh because people will laugh. Let them doubt you because people will doubt you. There will be times where you would even doubt yourself. But stay locked in. You have to be locked in. The vision wasn't given to them, it was given to you. It is your responsibility to stay to your vision. Hold your vision strong. Stay true to it. Walk it out. Don't stop believing in yourself. Don't that's pretty much the worst mistake you ever did to yourself. That'll be the biggest mistake you do to yourself. Start believing in yourself. Would there be times where you feel like you're doubting? Yes, of course. But don't stop believing. So I say this to those who are tired. Don't stop. To those who have failed, don't fold. To the man who's tired of trying, to the one who's investing without returns, to the person who wonders, is this ever going to be okay? Is this ever going to happen for me? Of course, there'll be times like that. Keep going. Keep going. You're not alone. Keep going. You're not late. You're not behind. You are in a process. And before success places a crown on your head, life will first put weight on your shoulders. Persistence is the passport, sacrifice is the stamp, and only the consistent ever cross the border to greatness. And to those who want it easy, hmm, to those who want it easy, success won't find you. And it's not a curse, it's truth. Because only the strong can wear glory without becoming a curse. So today, don't chase success. Become someone success would feel safe resting on. Because when that moment comes, when the harvest arrives, you will know it wasn't luck, it was legacy. Stop dabbling, start digging. This is your moment. The world may not notice you yet, but keep going. Your plane will come. Your peace will come. Your proof will come. Do not give up. Keep believing. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep grinding. When you fall, you rise up. When you cry, you clean your tears, wipe your tears away, and you move on. As a matter of fact, you can drink water. Yes, you can. It's not easy. You might say it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. But that doesn't change the fact that it can be done. This is the unscripted insight. Don't just listen. Leave this truth. And please, share this with someone who is still in the grind, someone building in the dark. Remind them that they are not behind. You are not behind. You are going through a process. You're being built. And until next time, peace.